Apple, we need to talk. Now, I've been using Apple's products since 2011. I've owned the iPod Touch 3rd generation, the iPod Touch 4th generation, mainly because they were just really aesthetically nice, and the interface was actually very easy to use, very simple, very user-friendly, almost as if they designed it specifically for me. And not to mention, that time there was actually nothing that compared to the iPod Touch 3rd or 4th generation. I mean, you did have the Zune, and you did have the iPads and mobile PCs, but they really did not come close to what the iPod Touch could actually offer you in terms of specs, in terms of design, and in terms of applications. So at the time, I had the iPod Touch and the Samsung Jack. Now, I would carry both these things around in pockets, and my pockets were pretty much stacked. So when that kind of became obsolete, I decided that I wanted all of that in a phone. So the next obvious choice was for me to get the iPod Touch in a phone format. So I went for the iPhone 4S, and this was 2012, I believe. So since the iPhone 4S, I have upgraded only once, and that was to the iPhone 6, which I still currently use today. Now, with the 6, I did enjoy a lot of new features, that including a bigger display, faster processor, more RAM, and just quicker, snappier overall performance. But with that came some cons as well. Now, there is a known issue with the 6, and I believe it's also with the 6 Plus, and that is the touch disease. Basically, sometimes you get a call, and you try to pick up that call, but nothing happens. You swipe, nothing happens. Now, since iOS 10, I haven't really had any of that happen to me as of yet, but I have only been using iOS 10 for about a week now. Now, Apple is aware of this issue and has not issued any recall or any type of compensation for the consumers that were or are affected by this issue. So hopefully Apple will change that and will actually fix that issue with the iPhone 6. But now, even with iOS 10, there are some other flaws I've noticed, and this isn't really mainly a flaw, this is more of my preference, but what really bothers me about iOS 10, let's put it that way, is they got rid of the swipe screen. So now anytime you open the phone, you turn on the phone, you need to push that home button twice, or you push it once, and then if you have your fingerprint in there, you touch it and you get in there. That is with the 6. So anyway, I don't use a password on my phone, and because I don't use a password, I have to actually push the home button twice, or I can push the on button and then the home button once, and this way I'm just pushing 2 buttons. But now my question is as follows. Why did you get rid of the swipe screen, Apple? Now, this really bothers me because ever since the first iPhone or even iPod Touch, we've always had the swipe screen. That was like an Apple signature thing. That was the swipe to unlock, and Apple, you went ahead and you got rid of it. Now, frankly, if you ask me, the whole push of a button to unlock is really old school. It feels like I'm using a cheap Chinese device every time I unlock the phone. So now I'm really hoping that Apple does bring the whole swipe to unlock thing back, along with the headphone jack, or a headphone jack. And again, hopefully Apple will address that touch disease issue as well. So to sum up this whole video, I really hope that Apple does go ahead and fix that iPhone 6 issue with the touch disease. That is a huge issue, that is a huge problem. They should go ahead and fix it. And another thing is, please bring back that swipe to unlock screen. I really do miss it, and even as an option, let us enable it, let us disable it, but please bring back that option. One more thing, that headphone jack. Please bring back that headphone jack, or a headphone jack. So guys, that is going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Gotta have my gains.